Welcome to Dan Reports. Robbery is often imagined as something quick, controlled, and carefully planned. But in reality, things don't always go that way. Sometimes it only takes a second, a small mistake, or an unexpected reaction for everything to fall apart. What begins as confidence can quickly turn into chaos. A situation can start with complete control. Every moment feels calculated. Every second feels planned. The control is fragile. And sometimes it disappears without warning. The person might believe they've thought of everything. Their identity is hidden. Their actions are rehearsed. Their exit seems guaranteed. But even the smallest detail can undo everything. Something gets left behind. Something falls. Something is noticed. And in that moment, a perfect plan begins to crack. At first, it doesn't seem like much. Just a small mistake. But small mistakes have a way of growing into bigger problems. Because once something is out of place, it creates a chain reaction. And that reaction is hard to stop. Then there's the human factor. No two people respond the same way under pressure. Some freeze completely. Some comply without hesitation. But others stay calm. They observe. They think. They wait. And sometimes they act. When that happens, everything changes. What once felt controlled suddenly becomes uncertain. The balance shifts. And once control is lost, it rarely comes back. Panic often follows. Even in situations that start smoothly, panic can appear in seconds. It changes everything. Movements become faster, but less precise. Decisions become rushed, but less effective. Clear thinking fades, and mistakes begin to stack. A simple action becomes complicated. A quick exit becomes delayed. And in that delay, everything starts to fall apart. Time, in these moments, feels different. Seconds feel longer. Pressure feels heavier. And every extra second increases the risk. Sometimes, the environment itself becomes a problem. Things don't go the way they should. A door doesn't open. Something blocks the path. Something unexpected happens. Even something small, like losing balance or dropping an item, can change everything. Because timing is everything. And when timing is broken, even slightly, the entire situation begins to collapse. In many cases, the biggest challenge isn't the beginning. It's the ending. The escape is what everything depends on. A plan might work perfectly at the start. But if there's no clean way out, nothing else matters. Something might be missing. Something might fail. Something might take too long. And suddenly, the exit is no longer simple. What should have taken seconds stretches into something longer. And the longer it takes, the worse it gets. Because time brings attention. And attention changes everything. People notice more than expected, even in crowded environments. Someone is always aware. Someone sees movement. Someone senses something unusual. Someone remembers details. And it only takes one person to turn a quiet moment into a reported one. Once attention is drawn, it spreads quickly. What was unnoticed becomes obvious. What was controlled becomes exposed. Technology adds another layer to this. Nothing is truly hidden anymore. Movements are recorded. Details are captured. Actions are stored, even when it feels like no one is watching. Something often is. And once something is
Get down! Give me all the money!
it doesn't
It's got the
disappear.
money! Give me all the
It
money!
seems like a clean escape,
Get down! Where's the money?
often isn't. Because
Give me
identification
the money!
doesn't always
Where's
happen
the money?
instantly.
Everybody,
Sometimes
give me everything!
it happens later,
Where's the money?
but when it does, it's just as effective. And by then, it's already too late. Overconfidence can make everything worse. Believing the situation is easy. Believing nothing will go wrong. Believing everything is under control. That mindset creates risk.
Are you for
Risk
real?
creates mistakes.
Are you for real?
Because when someone stops
Are you
expecting
for real?
problems, they stop preparing for them. And that's when things begin to fail. Even the most carefully thought out plans can break apart. Plans depend on timing. They depend on coordination. They depend on everything happening exactly as expected. But reality doesn't follow perfect plans. Something feels off. Someone hesitates. Something doesn't happen at the right moment. And that's all it takes. Once one part fails, the rest begins to follow. Confusion replaces clarity, and confusion spreads fast.